Hey everybody, Jason Clemons here, coming at you at the 2021 Cleveland Boat Show. Hope you guys are enjoying the show and the feed. We're going to go over our 280 Outrage today, a 2021 280 Outrage. I'm going to start down here and then I'm going to let Jon Burroughs take over on the interior here. But this has got the light blue hull, very sharp boat. See there, it's got the gray stripe on it. Wanted to give you a shot of the outside of the hull so you could see how sharp the boat is. A lot of people still don't realize in today's market that whaler has color. You've got the blue there. You'll see a gray with a gray stripe next to it, and then a glacier green boat right here. We'll try to keep this as interesting as we can. We know after following up with Jeff Roffling from Everything Boston Whaler and all the detail he's got on whalers, it's going to be very difficult. But we're going to do our best here to give you a good presentation here on this 280 Outrage, which is one of their most popular selling boats and a great boat for here on Lake Erie. As you can see here, we got a ton of whalers. If you guys have any questions on any of these, let us know. Comment down below if you have any specific questions on the 280 or any other boat. We'll get an answer for you. And again, you can contact us at 419-684-5365 by calling or texting if you want to ask any questions that way. So, without further ado here, we're going to let Jon Burroughs go over this beautiful 280 Outrage with you.
Hi everyone. I think, like some of the other boats, it might be best to just start at the back with the engines. This boat we power usually with the twin 300s. That's how we stock it. Some people have opted for a little smaller engine on ordered out boats, but usually they're all 300s. The boat is quick with the 300s. She'll do performance specs, say 60 mile an hour top end. I think light load with one of our techs, getting one rigged and ready to go. I think we've hit into the low 60s on it. So not how you run them all the time, but sometimes it's fun to do that, and it's definitely like a sports car on the water. This one can be a lot of fun. Might as well talk about some specs. I don't know how much we've done that on the other boats. Boat's nice wide boat. It's 9 feet 4 inches wide with a 23-degree dead rise. Heavy boat too, which is great on the water. I want to say it's just shy of 9,000 pounds fuel, water, engines, the boat. I think it comes in at 8,961 pounds. So it's just, aside from being a sports car on the water, the ride is tremendous. It's one of our favorite riding boats in the whole lineup. Just an awesome boat out there. We've got plenty of customers that own them that would say the same thing. The holds about 186 gallons of fuel and 30 gallons of water. So it'll get you anywhere you want to go with plenty of water on board too. In the back, you can get the back two different ways. You can get it with this live well, the port aft live well. That is a 30-gallon live well. That if you don't get it, I want to say there's a small recess there that you can just store maybe some lures if you're a fisherman, just small items in there. 3 rod holders across the back. All of these are stainless steel, including every cup holder in the boat, every other rod holder, cleats, rails, you name it, all stainless steel pieces and parts. So you don't have any kind of rust problem in the future. They put freshwater sprayer here on the back. So if you're at the beach or wherever, you can hold yourself off after you get out of the water. Nice fold down bench seat across the back. Nice 2-person seat. You can show off the hardware on that again, just real heavy duty seat. You're never going to have to tighten it back down, and you can probably jump up and down on it if you wanted to. I know how kids are sometimes. Easily 2 people on there. Let's take a look inside the bilge since we're here. Again, like the other boats I've shown off in some of these videos, same thing on this one. Nice gel coated finished off bilge. With all your pumps, batteries labeled, makes it real easy to clean it up. A lot more easy than just rough fiberglass.
Also nice to have all your stuff in one spot. Anything you ever need to work on, it's all right there.
Right on. So I'll show you a fish box too. Same thing again, gel coated fish box. I don't know off the top of my head how many gallons that is, but it'll hold anything you're going to catch here or on the ocean. Down along the side, we put these storage shelves in here. So that's kind of an important thing for fishermen. There's plenty of stuff you can store on there, but it also has the tow rail underneath. So if you are out there fishing and 2 or 3 foot boat weight comes by, you can still hold your rod and brace yourself with that tow rail and not worry about it. This one has the premium package, which has quite a few options. I don't know if I can recite them all off the top of my head, but I'm going to try. The main thing is the Fiberglass T-Top is part of the premium package. Along with that, you get these 4 line holders here. There's one in the front, or one in the back, one in the front here. They just clip on, or they just fold up and clip onto a clip once you put the line on there, and you're good for up to 4 at least. The stereo, I believe, is part of the premium package as well. The Deluxe helm seating is part of that package, which gives you the armrests and the fold-up bolsters. And like I said, I don't think I'm going to get it all off the top of my head. Oh, there are, I want to say, 12 stainless steel cup holders that come as part of that as well throughout the boat. So you've got plenty of cup holders there. I think that covers it.
The only other thing I can think, and I don't know as though I'm right, would be the cross tie cleats in the back.
Yes.
I want to say those are part of it. So
You're right.
That's a small thing, but you get extra little cross tie cleats here. So if you're docking in a volatile environment, it gives you one extra spot to tie off from.
Right on. And this helm seat package is basically what you get standard with that premium package. There's one other option, an option to have a built-in Yeti cooler slide down here. It's a small cooler, so we don't really always get that option, but it is available. You've got some drawers on the sides here too. I'm sorry, that's a live well there. Some storage drawers down the side, all the same size. Obviously we've got some safety gear in those right now. And then in the front of the console here, you've got a removable trash can also, which is always a pain to just have a plastic bag floating around on the boat trying to keep trash in it. Jason showed you the blue hull down below. This has, as you can see, the color matched underside of the T-top as well. Might as well spend some time on the fun stuff here. We're not going to have a lot of detail on this electronics just because we don't have the navigation chip in it, and we're inside the building where it doesn't really pick up GPS very well. Same thing with the fish finder. But you can see it's 16-inch. These units have 3 different screens that you can customize. So you can see there's 8 icons on the main screen. You can fill up to 8 more on either screen here, and you can set them up however you want. You can see there's fish finder, engine gauge combo here, fish finder chart plotter package. You can have any combination of up to 4 different overlays on there. And that is 16-inch, if I didn't already mention that. It's the Axiom Pro RVX, which gives you the little panel down the side here with the knobs and the buttons in case you're caught out there in 5s and 6s. Sometimes a full touchscreen can be a little hard to navigate without bracing yourself and holding one of your hands. And that's a VHF radio with the wireless handset, which mounts over here and just charges when you have it hung up. We put the active engine trim on this boat, which I know we've talked about in some of the other videos before, but that is a self-leveling system for your engines, not the trim tabs, but the engines trim themselves based on what you're doing with the throttles, and it is very, very responsive. We were skeptical at first because, like Jason and I, we've been boating our whole lives and like to be in control, but it does exactly what you want it to do when you want it to do it, without question. Would you agree? Absolutely.
Yeah, it's that's one of those things you don't understand you need it till you got it once, and then you can't go back to not having it again.
Right on. Has the trim tabs with indicator lights on them. Always tells you where they are. Another great feature there. I'm not going to go through every switch up here on the dash, but it's got windlass controls here. You can see we've got our spreader lights on, which you can control. You can have just the back on, just the front ones on, or all of them on, like we have right now. There was something else I wanted to mention. Oh, you can see the 28 Outrage has the full glass enclosure for the T-top. And if it's a hot day out there, they put a vent in the top so you can get even more airflow through there if you need it. And that small vent like that really lets a ton of air through. We put the wing curtain package on this one. You can see we've got the slide tracks in there right now, but the canvas is a stiff isinglass that comes down to about here and then turns into canvas, and it clips. So it runs from here to here. So it's a nice wind block, rain block. If you get into some bad weather, the neat thing about that is if you are in rain, you can pull out these trolling seats on either side. Someone can sit there and they're protected by that canvas. Or you can use them for what they're called. If you like to troll as a fisherman, they're great to sit there and watch lines with. But we've talked about that before too. A lot of our customers that buy these Boston whalers in particular, so many of them never even put a rod on the boat. They're not fishermen at all. They like the boats for the ease of maintenance on a center console, and Whaler goes out of their way to make everything extra comfortable for people like that too. They know that not everybody is a fisherman that buys these boats, myself included. Up front, some awesome seating up here. Huge coffin box style bench seat in the front. Nice armrest on the backrest, so you can easily fit 2 people on there. And underneath is what's really impressive is the amount of storage that's down here. We've got obviously some safety gear and stuff in there, but you can see how deep it is. In the back, we've got some 5-gallon buckets that are, it's always nice having some buckets on a boat, whether it's just for cleaning or some people will use a casting net and toss them in there too.
And just for your safety equipment like that.
Yeah,
That's
safety equipment.
one thing with the center console is you run out of space. Well, the coffin box kind of helps you alleviate that problem.
Right. And one other thing, it is lockable, and it's dedicated rod storage too for when you're away from the boat. That's what these bungee straps are for here. You just strap the handles down, and when the tip goes through this, I don't know if you can see it, this mesh material here and into the head area.
And as John said, Whaler does a better job, in our opinion, than anybody of comfort, but you could still hardcore fish out of this boat. We've got customer, I think, fishes every 2 days in their boat, and it's got 500 hours on it, and it's 1.5 or 2 years old, so it can be hardcore fished as well.
Everyone locally has seen him on the water. They say he's out there all the time. The seating, boat was redesigned in, I want to say 2016 or 17. They changed the seating area up front from what you see in a lot of center consoles where it's the traditional V shape up here. They made it more flat, which is nicer for 3 people actually, because you can sit right across here and I'm not bumping knees with the person next to me. Whereas the old V style seating, whoever was here and the V's coming back like this, the 2 people here, you're constantly banging knees with them. So there's some good thought put into that. Moving all the way to the bow here, you've got your windlass set up. We did all chain on this one, so I want to say there's 150 feet of chain down there. The boat ride's awesome. We do that to make it even just a little bit better. It's nice to have the little extra weight up on the bow, plus you never have to worry about a line going bad in there. It's going to last forever. I mentioned we had controls at the helm for it. You also have controls up on the bow. Everyone's got a preference of where they like to run that windlass in. Some really like to come up here and just keep an eye on things. And there's also always, in a Whaler with a windlass system, they put a freshwater hookup up here so you can hose that down. That's a real important thing. If you were to ever take it into salt water, you can spray the salt off of it while you're bringing it up. Up here, I've used it before because we got a lot of muddy bottoms, and you'll have some mud on that anchor it's a nice shiny stainless steel anchor, so you don't have to look good, so it's nice to spray that mud off of there.
And you do have a safety handle in there just in case you have a power issue, you run out of battery power and you need to wind that thing up. You do have the ability to do that.
Right. We haven't shown the head yet. It is a nice deep head. I'll climb down in here. Nice and tall. I'm not real tall. I'm like 5'9", and I can almost stand straight up in here, but real easy in and out. They put a nice step in there. It's a vacuum flush Dometic brand head. And you also have another freshwater sprayer down here that pulls out. You can wash your hands or whatever else you might need that for down here. Main stereo control is down here. You've got controls up on the dash as well. And then that is a vacuum flush with a pump out. And I always forget to mention it's overboard discharge too, but that's something we can't use here. But it's always there for resale value. That'll be nice because we get a lot of saltwater buyers for freshwater boats here in the area.
Another small thing I'm thinking about on this boat, sorry to interrupt you,
Sure.
that I don't think about very often until I'm out on the water, and that's the way that they latch the door here. Two things are awesome about that. As you could see when John did that, it's magnetic. The first thing is there's nothing sticking out here to bang you in the leg. If you've ever been on a boat where it has one and it cracks your ankle, you won't forget. And if you've ever been on most boats, they don't have any system at all. And when you're rolling in 2-footers out there and you're trying to get out of there, the door's slamming on you. That's just a very small detail, but it's something you're going to use a lot, and it's nice to not be a pain.
Right, since you brought it up, when we're talking about banging knees and things like that, their T-tops, you'll notice, are just totally integrated here at the base. There's no bolts sticking out. You don't have the base of the T-top sticking out. On a lot of boats, you can bang your toes on some nasty stuff down there. I've done it before on some of the other brands we get in on trade and things like that. And I'm bouncing around a little bit, but I forgot to show there's a remote for the stereo up here on the bow too. They just started doing that this year. Fusion came out with these little Bluetooth remotes that just stick on, so there's no holes to drill or anything. It's nice. I've added one to my boat already.
If you guys aren't learning something on this video, I am, because that's another one I have never knew existed. So again, if you guys have any questions, shoot them down below. We'll get them answered to you. As we always say, there's tons of content in these boats. We're not going to get it all to you, certainly in an inventory video. But
as I'm walking around again, I mentioned it comes with the stereo, or it's part of one of the packages. This is the standard stereo. It is 4 JL audio speakers. JL audio is great stuff, and it produces real nice sound. We have the ability here to upgrade those too. We are a wet sounds dealer, and we've done some pretty neat stuff, especially on this boat. If Mike's watching, he'll know I'm talking about him. We had one guy really go crazy overboard with some speakers, and it's got to be the loudest one in the country. It definitely turns some heads. There's also a premium stereo upgrade package available if you prefer to have the factory stuff that uses all JL audio that we can order from the factory as well. Glove box. Didn't show that. This is where you've got some 2 USB hookups in here and a little charging system as well. We've got the backup ship-to-shore radio if you wanted to plug it in. If your other one were to go dead, you forgot to put it on the charge or something, it's nice to have that backup. Autopilot as well. I didn't tell you that was on there, but that's what this unit is here. Pretty full dash. The Vessel View 4-inch display is one thing neither one of us mentioned as part of the premium package. That's all your engine gauges. So small screen, you get everything you need on that. There's countless different pages in that you can flip through. You also have your dashboard screen on here. That it's not going to show anything right now because the boat's not running, but all your engine data is right there on that screen as well. Anything you'd need to see. What else? I think we hit just about everything.
yep, I'd say the main points we've hit. Again, there's going to be specific questions. If you guys have any, just let us know. One thing we did not talk about on this was just the fact that joystick's available. Most of the boats we have in here over 28 feet have joystick. We don't do a lot of joystick on 28 and under. This boat runs really good with counter rotating outboards and is easy to dock, but of course that's an option you could get if you'd like. But
I'm sorry.
past that, I think this boat's pretty well loaded.
Yeah, and there's one other thing. I forget sometimes to show every feature on every boat we've done these videos on, but the engines, if you haven't seen this on another video before, people really, I just know how people are. They typically don't check their oil before they go out. They kind of rely on us as a dealer to do those changes, make sure the fluid levels are all topped off, and a lot of times people will just assume, including myself, that those fluid levels are good until the next time you need service. I'm guilty of it myself, but they added these little caps on the new Verado engines, and you can check your oil without taking the cowling off. And there's a place to fill too. They don't burn oil, but it's, if they were doing the dipstick there, they figured they might as well put the fill there as well. I think, does that sum it up?
Yep, I think that's about it.
Any other questions? You guys know how to reach us. You can email us, or you can call the office, 419-684-5365. I'm always happy to take calls on my personal phone or text too. That is 419-680-0568. Thanks.
All right, guys, thanks for watching. Again, lots of content to go over here on all these boats, so we're not giving you a full overview. We're just giving you a good overview. We got lots of boats here to look at. If you've never ran one of these whalers, you need to come out and run one. The 280 is one of the best running center consoles out there. We'll put it up against anybody else, and with these 300 Mercs on the back, it's not only fast, but it's quiet, shifts smooth, just a real rigid, awesome running package. So we hope you're enjoying the show. If you guys have any questions, let us know. We'd be happy to help, and hope everybody's having a great day. Thanks.